Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joe Tibbs. I'm the president of HAPevolve, and today I am extremely pleased to have with me today Jason Papson, who is the executive vice president at Alliant Employee Benefits. Jason, thanks so much for taking some time with me today.
Well, my pleasure to be here today, Joe.
Jason, before we kind of jump in, can you just tell us a little bit about Alliant?
Sure. I think part of it is the tenure that Alliant has had with HAP. We go back 40 plus years, and we're very like-minded in similar organizations. And our main mission is to help employers, specifically hospitals, in helping them with their benefit programs and the macro level effect that has on their employees. It's been a great partnership where it's let us use our expertise in the hospital and healthcare space to benefit the HAP members over the years.
Jason, Alliant has been a HAP partner for almost 40 years in the insurance space. Can you talk to me a little bit about some of the things that you think have really changed in the healthcare marketplace as it relates to how hospitals are looking at benefits and more specifically about some of the ways that Alliant is working with your clients today?
Absolutely. We've seen a drastic change. I think the evolution of what the traditional hospital healthcare facility looks like has been probably the biggest change I've seen in how we've had to adapt to service these bigger, more complex acute care facilities that we're dealing with.
Can you talk to me about some of the things that you've noticed as you're working with clients about how the complexity of the employee benefits landscape has really changed and what do you think the future might hold?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is the main focus now seems to be on what I call front end leave management. So sick days, short-term disability plans, employee leave, and the cost of having people not at work and out for either short period or extended period of times, the impact that that's really having on organizations, specifically a 24/7 operation like a hospital or healthcare facility.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what you're seeing as you work with your clients, both in Pennsylvania and beyond, as they're evaluating what their employee engagement strategy looks like?
Yeah. So we've seen a drastic shift from the traditional days of the sick bank to PTO programs, to even we're talking with several hospitals about looking at unlimited PTO programs. So there's definitely been a focus on getting a more robust, more comprehensive leave program, whether it be vacation, sick days. We're seeing a lot of paid parental leaves come to the surface in terms of the strategy that health systems are deploying so that they can not only attract new talent, but retain that really good seasoned staff that they have already.
If you were to meet with a new potential client, what are three things that you would suggest they really take a look at as it relates to their overall employee benefit design right now?
I think the biggest thing that we look at when it comes to employee benefit design, and usually what I start the conversation with is, as I mentioned in the past, most of our conversations used to start around how's your long-term disability program working for you and your group life insurance program. Now, my initial question is I ask them before we talk about anything, what are you doing? How are you managing your what I call your front end leave program? And usually once we have a barometer on what they're doing there, I ask them what's working and what's not. And that conversation usually leads to a pretty deep discussion on how are we managing people going out on short-term leaves and how are we getting them back to work. And I think that's paramount for a 24/7 operation.
Jason, one of the nuances that I think is somewhat specific to hospitals and to healthcare generally and hospitals specifically is this need that hospitals are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And as a result, the number of employees and the complexity and the types of employees that they attract is particularly challenging and nuanced. What are two or three things that you would suggest that hospital administrators should take into consideration as they're building out their strategy as it relates to benefits?
I think the biggest thing today, I mean, everyone is fighting a budget battle and they want to save costs. But More so, it's the employee experience. And that's pretty much the delivery of their benefits, the ease of use. So, I've spent a lot of time early on when we started working with the trust and our products at benefit fairs for folks. And it was always nice to hear when someone came up to the table and said the experience was seamless and it was painless. I didn't have a loss of income and I felt really great about the experience of that. And I think that's paramount again in what we need to focus on is to help the employee feel like they're respected, they're valued. This is an organization that they want to get up and come to every day.
Jason, the Hospital Association of Pennsylvania has enjoyed a really long-standing, wonderful partnership with Alliant. Can you talk to us just about that very first strategy, what kind of set the partnership off and why that was such a valuable solution to hospitals in Pennsylvania?
Absolutely. The initial strategy that we had when working with the Hospital and Health System Association of Pennsylvania was to put purchasing power around the number of hospitals within the state of Pennsylvania and enable those smaller, more rural hospitals to get the same pricing for their life and disability programs that a big, large urban system would have. And now we're seeing a lot in the space of helping hospitals maximize their home host benefits and their pharmacy benefits.
Jason, one of the things that we're talking to our hospitals about right now is that the needs and the complexity of their workforce is seems to be pretty unique. You have, baby boomers that are kind of on the cusp of retirement. You have, people that are kind of like your and I's age who are, I don't even think about retirement because it makes me sad. And then you have people who are just entering the workforce, and those three categories of employees. Do those three categories of employees have different expectations as it relates to plan design and benefits?
Absolutely. I think everyone is looking for the same core robust benefit program. The benefits we particularly talk about, short-term, long-term life insurance benefits, they're just different vehicles at different points in time for those folks. What we're trying to do with the benefits we provide is provide income protection to make sure that folks are not feeling the pain when they do have to go out on a leave, when themselves or a member of their family passes away. And those issues are universal, whether you're a millennial, whether you're nearing retirement or a baby boomer. But at the end of the day, our job in tandem with the carriers, if we're to be considered an effective consultant and partner, not of just HAP, the carriers we work with and the health systems that we partner with, is to make sure that their folks never feel like they're in a vulnerable state when they have to deal with a medical issue for themselves or their family. We need to make sure that they have the right types of income protection in their hands to deal with those situations as they arise.
Jason, over the 40-year some odd relationship that you've enjoyed with the Hospital and Health System Association of Pennsylvania, you've been able to work with many hospitals in PA. For those hospitals that are currently your clients, what are one or two things that you'd like to remind your existing clients of relative to Alliant?
We've been doing a lot lately with hospitals around helping them maximize revenue on their home host programs, helping them maximize revenue on their pharmacy programs, especially as we're seeing skyrocketing costs in the areas of specialty drug. So we're working a lot and like folks to know that we really do and have put a lot of effort now to creating best in class programs, just like we did on the life and disability side, as well as some really unique pharmacy arrangements to help folks maximize return of rebates and also maximize if they have their own on-site pharmacies and clinics to be able to deliver more value to their employees.
Well, Jason, I wanted to say thank you again for spending a little bit of time with me and just sharing some of your expertise around benefits and employee management and just all of this great work that you are doing. And we very much appreciate your partnership here at HAPevolve and the work that you and your team do to support not just hospitals here in PA, but also some of your clients nationally. For those of you who are watching today, Jason's contact information and how to connect with him and his team will be available by way of HAPevolve. It'll be continued in a link down in the description below. And again, thank you so much for your time and energy today, Jason, and hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate your time as well.